Raymond and Wendy Ackerman, founders of Pick n Pay, thank you so much for your time today. Pick n Pay is celebrating 55 years in existence. It's an exceptionally long time. We're now in 2022. How does that make you feel?
Amazed, excited, surprised. We bought four little shops, and Jack Golden founded the business and called it Pick n Pay. But we moved on from the four little shops that we bought.
It really has it's gone quickly. It wasn't easy at the beginning because there was Checkers and OK and Woolworths and all the big chains, and ShopRite was just starting. But it was very exciting at building the company in those days and getting the support. And we got the support by, I always remember worrying about chickens. We just cared about the chicken price and we were always advertising chickens, and I was buying chickens wherever I could. But there were some great days there, but it's been a wonderful 55 years. We've been married 65, which is even more surprising.
So what felt longer? What felt longer, the time within Pick n Pay or the time together?
No, I won't answer that.
No.
Describe those opening days with those four stores. What was that like? I mean, it was a major step that you'd both taken to open Pick n Pay.
It was like 24/7 in those days. We worked extremely hard. We had just had our fourth child. We had this incredible, there was a glut of chickens, and my husband made a special deal with Des Lurie from County Fair to get rid of the glut of chickens at an incredible price.
He wasn't happy with the 10 cents as a manufacturer. What?
It was 10 cents.
10 cents a bird.
Yeah, they were frozen chickens. And needless to say, he had 10,000 chickens. And needless to say, he ran out in 5 minutes. We had queues around the block. People in the stores were fighting each other. You know, ladies from Constantia were hitting ladies from Gugulethu and vice versa. I had this big carton of chickens carrying above the crowd, and they were jumping up and grabbing it. To my horror, I was standing there in my petticoat because that's what happened. They didn't hurt me, but
just the excitement you created.
The excitement was incredible. Raymond was upstairs on the telephone trying to find more chickens because he didn't want to let anyone down. So he was busy on the telephone phoning all the chicken suppliers around the country to get the chickens. And I was on the floor trying to get the chickens from the back door to the front, and the queues were there, and the people. That I think launched us. That and the bread price launched us more than anything else. We were really, really talked about when we cut the price of bread, and the government stepped in and said we're breaking the law, and as usual, Raymond had to face up to the state president for breaking the law.
And petrol as well. We fought the petrol price, which
that was in '75.
There was a fixed price. Yeah.
Yes, we fought resale price maintenance, which was there on several items, and particularly on bread when we first started on bread, and we cut the price because we worked out we could give people a much better price than the government price. And he was called into the president's office.
What was that reaction when you walked into that office?
If I may say, when I was called in
for the fourth or fifth time.
Yeah, in about 84, 85, I led a delegation on the bread price because the government were jacking the price up now. It's completely a controlled price. And it was a very dangerous thing to do. They were putting a huge margin on. And I told the president that I represented these other people there. And he took me by the scuff of my neck and said, I'm the president, I can do what I want. And I said, you know, Mr. President, I pay your salary.
Take your hands off.
He looked at me as if he was going to really murder me. And his security guards took me away, but they didn't do anything to me. I still went home. But so we had a lot of difficult times in building Pick n Pay because we were very much against apartheid. And we wanted to promote cashiers, black cashiers. All the cashiers and all the other chains were white. And we wanted to bring in some managers, young managers, and train them from all races, and we weren't allowed to. So it was a hell of a fight, actually, when I look back. And but a very, very interesting time.
The four legs of the table have always been a very important foundation upon which the Pick n Pay business was created. Do you believe even today in 2022 that it is still seen as relevant for our business as we are looking to move forward?
So I see it as the only way to run a company. Of course, I've been brainwashed, but it's such a balanced view of business. It takes care of every aspect of business. And if you balance the four legs, the admin, the merchandise, the sales, promotion, stroke, advertising, and the people, if you take equal care of the four legs. What?
I'm glad you remember the four legs.
I have no option. If these four legs are balanced and you have a proper mission statement, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. If you look after, what is your admin, your rent, your salaries, etc., etc. Keep those under control, but while you're under control, your merchandise, even if you're a lawyer or a doctor, how do you present yourself? How do you, etc. I'm not going to give a whole economic lecture because that's been done several times before. But I think it's just as important today as it was when we started.
As Pick n Pay, we're about to begin this new dawn in Ekuseni. And with this new dawn, it creates a lot of new beginnings as we're carving our new legacy as a Pick n Pay business. Knowing now what you do about where we will go as a business, to be able to go on this journey and take Pick n Pay from good to great, the words of encouragement to all staff who work for Pick n Pay as a group, both Pick n Pay and Boxer, as we're about to go through this journey, what message do you have for them?
I think it's exciting because we did it once before in the 80s. We did Vuselela, and this is our new Vuselela. And I think it's a good thing because the company is big today, and what's wonderful, and you guys came from Boxer, so many of you, is that Boxer have done so well, and the Pick n Pay, a lot of the Pick n Pay guys don't understand just how well Boxer have done. And I think it's great that we're working together.
I think it's very exciting. It can get boring always doing the same job every day. You need something new to bring things back to life.
That's not new husbands, I hope.
Oh, I could do with that too. But we saw it with the Vuselela. It brought a new feeling of excitement and renewal into the company. And I think the time has come to do exactly that now and regenerate the enthusiasm and the excitement that we had. When we opened the first hypermarket, the whole country stood still and watched us. And now things have settled down and chugged along. We need some firecrackers to give us a new zest for life. And I'm all very enthusiastic about it.
Wendy Ackerman, Raymond Ackerman, thank you so much for your time this morning, for inviting us into your home, talking a bit of the legacy of Pick n Pay, how important the two of you been in building this amazing company. So as we're about to move into this new dawn of Ekuseni, as well as currently as we celebrate 55 years of trading, we really want to thank you for your time.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the interview, and I hope it is a positive one for all the future, for all the guys in the future. Because there's so much, if one is positive in life, it's amazing what can come from it, despite all the dangers and problems that we face.
Thank you for everything that you have done, and we will continue to go out of our way to build a stronger company, to build a stronger country, and to make sure that everyone is looked after from this day forth.
Thanks.
Thank you.